Welcome to Ansarkari, and in this series of UPSC PT facts that we have been discussing, our idea is to bring maximum efficiency with minimum but smart inputs. Why that is required? Because every year examination is changing and it is demanding a layered understanding of facts. It is not becoming complex, but we must agree that it is becoming smart. Four topics that we are taking up is waste woes. Are we the real threat to the life on the planet? This may not be directly related to the prelims examination, but understanding this may lead you to certain technologies or certain aspects of uh, environment or even in geography where constructive approach can be created. Mariana Trench facts and what is virus, why viruses change. So waste woes, that means we all know that climate change and also how much waste we are generating, not only just in India, but we are talking about the whole world. Developed world has more to say, but in this context, we are talking about urban India. An individual produces an average of 0.8 kg, that is 800 grams of waste every day. The world generates 2.01 billion tons of municipal waste, solid waste annually, with 33% of that is not managed in an environmentally safe manner. We can always think that this number might be bigger. Poor waste management is a both health hazard and also environmental hazard. Some wastes will eventually rot, but not all. So those that rot produce smell, cause infectious diseases, and result in accumulation of toxic substances in food chain. That is why questions have been asked in the previous year papers on these lines. Decaying waste also generates methane gas, which contributes to the greenhouse effect. And incineration of waste is a common treatment. Incineration is a common treatment practice followed in India. Gases from incineration may cause air pollution, while the ash may contain heavy metals and other toxins. Plastic waste generally ending in oceans, it is posing a grave threat to marine animals and coastal ecosystems. What we can do? Besides demanding better waste management system from our elected leaders, we can strive to reduce waste at home. 3 R's, that is reduce, reuse and recycle. That is the mantra to achieve zero waste generation. How far do you agree? And do you really practice it? Please share in the comment box. Are we a real threat to the life on the planet? The impact of human activity on the earth is so profound that scientists think that we should call the current geological time Anthropocene epoch. So Anthropocene word is derived from the Greek word anthropo means men and scene means new. So a popular theory is that at the start of industrial revolution in 1800s, when human activity had a great impact on carbon and methane in Earth's atmosphere. But other things that beginning of Anthropocene should be 1945, because that was the time, if you can recall correctly, humans tested first atomic bomb and then dropped it. Atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, the resulting radioactive particles were detected in soil samples globally. So Earth does not belong to humans only. We must say humans belong to Earth. So I repeat, Earth do not belong to humans. Humans belong to Earth. So main driver of climate change is the greenhouse effect. Human activities like burning fossil fuels, clearing of forests, livestock farming, usage of nitrogen in fertilizers, release of greenhouse gases into atmosphere, especially carbon dioxide, is leading to global warming and climate change. Cluster of human activities is actually responsible. So frequent floods, intense droughts, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans. So you see these features, I again repeat, frequent floods, intense drought, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans. These six factors are the results of climate change. If you make a list of last 1 year, then you will find in all parts of the world there have been extreme events. Examination is not interested in knowing you that you must only know about them. Examination is interested in understanding that how you can uh, be more aware. That is why they may ask you certain site, they may ask you certain location with such events. So these extreme events can harm animals, destroy their homes, create havoc on people's livelihood and communities. We are seeing it all around. They can also affect ecosystems and drive species to extinction. That is also that we agree. So scientists believe human-driven climate change is driving the world into sixth mass extinction. Okay, remember sixth mass extinction. This is a picture of atomic bomb mound at Hiroshima Peace Park in Japan. We wish and pray that human beings forever never see such day again. Mariana Trench facts. I'm giving you certain facts. This is 36,201 feet deep and it is located in the Western Pacific, that is the east of Philippines, about 200 kilometers east of Mariana Islands. This is the location. It stretches for more than 2,500 kilometers with a mean width of 70 kilometers. The greatest depth are reached in Challenger Deep. The deepest point is Challenger Deep. The deepest trench is an extreme environment marked by extra high pressures and low temperatures. So few can adapt to such extreme conditions. However, newer creatures continue to be discovered whenever research is continuing, and most ironically and sadly, plastic too has been discovered there. So you can see in our previous topic that we were taking up about the human Anthropocene epoch or even plastic war. Please understand we have a great responsibility even as a future citizen, and also future citizen I mean to say as a public servant and also an aware citizen. Virus. So virus is submicroscopic infectious agent that can replicate only inside the living cell of an organism. Only inside the living cell of an organism. All life forms on earth can be infected by viruses. All life forms can be infected by viruses. Virus is found in all ecosystems in our planet. There are million types of viruses in the environment. Only about 9,000 species have been described in detail, and there are more than millions. So those who study, they are called virologists, and the study is called virology. It is a subspecialty of microbiology. The next topic is why virus change, why viruses change. It's a very important topic, and keeping in mind the pandemic that we all are facing, we need to understand that why virus change. So viruses naturally change during reproduction. Okay, that is very very important to understand, that there is a natural process of change during reproduction. So a virus is a very simple suborganism in one way. For example, there are two main elements in it. The one is the blueprint for reproduction, that is DNA or RNA, and second is that protein that let virus enter cell, take over and start replicating. So only a few SARS-CoV-2 viruses are needed to cause an infection. Only few are needed, but then replication of the virus in the lungs is explosive. Millions of virus particles are eventually produced, and some of these viruses are then exhaled to infect another host. And importantly, the process of duplicating the virus RNA is imperfect. So if it is imperfect, what do you mean to say? That the errors will occur, it will accumulate, it will keep on growing, and finally there will be number of virus mutants. Now, why some of them are concerning? Why some of them are really dangerous? Because it's transmitted from one person to another. Some of the new variants will be better at entering cells or duplicating themselves than others. In these cases, the fitter variants are more likely to take over and become a main virus that replicates within a population. Over the course of the pandemic, corona pandemic, we have seen that original SARS-CoV-2 virus that emerged from Wuhan in 2019, as it is said, was later replaced by a variant called D614G, followed by Alpha, then variant, and now we have Omicron variant. Every time someone gets infected with this variant, there is a chance virus could generate a more fit variant which could spread to others. This is a picture which is showing through electron micrograph, electron microscope, that how infection takes place and what happens. It is isolated from a patient sample. So these four key topics that we have taken up. so that you become more sharp, you become more smarter with your approach, and try to be more thinking based, with more organized in your note making and also in your understanding of various topics. Thank you for giving me your precious time. Wishing all the best for your success from Ansarkari.